Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil, and I managed to finish watching One Piece Season 8, guys. And all I have to say is that this is by far the best season I've ever seen of One Piece, guys. It is really, really good. I absolutely loved it, but it's not perfect, and I'll explain why. But anyway, so those of you who don't know, I've been covering the One Piece seasons on my channel ever since February of 2021, and now we are in April 2021, technically going into May, I should say. Tomorrow is May. And honestly, I'm really, really liking this show. The more I get into it, the more the world opens up and expands, it gets better. And I'm really, really liking it. So yeah, now basically, if you guys have forgotten how I structure my reviews, I talk about the story, I talk about the characters, and I talk about the positives, negatives, also my favorite arc this season. So yeah. Now, however, because this season is like some of the other seasons where it just focuses on one arc, I can't really say what my favorite arc is, so there's that. But this was still a really good season. So basic premise of the season is just like how season 7 was set in the Water 7 saga, this season is also in the Water 7 saga, but it is primarily all about Water 7, and that's what this saga really is about. Season 7 was kind of like just uh, getting used to some of these characters once again. I mean, not to say that we haven't gotten used to them, but just re-establishing them, seeing where they're at. And it was kind of just a fun filler season, and that's all there is to it, even though there was stuff that was important, I guess. But really, it was just like a fun adventure type of season. This season, it's definitely a lot more serious, a lot more dark, I would say, a lot more violent. And because of that, I absolutely loved it. And this season really revolves around Nico Robin and something's going on when they enter Water 7. And the moment the Straw Hats enter Water 7, it's like everything goes bad for them. Everything goes bad. And I'm not going to spoil it, but it is crazy what happens. And you don't know what's going on, you don't know who to trust, and the twists and turns, the backstabbings are all really well done. And I have to give credit to Achiro Oda for coming up with this stuff because it is mind blowing what he did here. It is really good. Now, I gotta be honest with you, the flashbacks were not the most interesting, um, but that's all I have to say about that. But it still does have some obviously importance to the story, so there's that. But it wasn't like, oh my god, this is really crazy, juicy stuff in terms of flashbacks. But I still really liked what I saw, minus the flashbacks, which I thought were alright. But still, nevertheless, the story this season was really good. So there's that. And in terms of the characters, you have some new characters, and I'm sure some major characters as well. We got Frankie, which I do know joins the Straw Hat crew, so there's that. And we also get to see other characters as well. In the poster here, Frankie's the one that has the blue hair with the sunglasses, and the guy next to him is Iceberg, and his character also is very important to the season. And of course, you got the Straw Hats, and you got their usual shenanigans: Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, Chopper, Nami, as well as Nico, of course. But this season really kind of revolves around Nico in some way, and it's kind of funny because in season 4, which before this season was my favorite, Nico played somewhat of a role there, especially towards the end. This season too, she has even a bigger role than she did in season 4, and it's kind of funny that every season that she plays somewhat of an important role in, whether it's big or small, it's my favorite season. I don't know why, it just happens like that. But anyway, I love the characters this season. They were all really interesting. Some of the characters I'm like, yeah, whatever, kind of forgettable. But nevertheless, every character has some really big importance in the storyline, and I absolutely loved it about this season. So yeah, and unlike season 7, the villains I could stand. They weren't annoying like the Foxy Pirates. I'm so glad that they won in this season. I hope we don't see them again because they are so annoying. So there's that. Now, do I think that the characters the season had in terms of villains were the best? Do I think the villains were the best? I don't know. It's hard to say. They were really, really good, but again, it's hard to say. I still prefer Crocodile, but there are some really good villains. Like CP9 is probably up there with Crocodile, but they're organization, so it's hard to classify them as like one group of villain. I mean, they are a group, but it's hard to classify them as just a straight up villain. CP9, I love. Like I love that idea existing, but and the whole twist about it was great. But again, I don't know if they're as good as Crocodile. So yeah, now in terms of the positives, I'm just gonna be real with you. I thought all the characters this season, for the most part, were great. I thought the action this season, once again, was great, and I even liked the story, which is very rare for me to say that in terms of positives for One Piece, because overall, the story in the show has not been the greatest thing in the world. It's been fun and all that type of stuff. I thought season 4's story, while really good and entertaining, was not like, oh my god, what twist turns here and there. It was more exciting, it was more action packed. And if you saw my season 4 review, I classified it as kind of a war film as well, especially towards the end of the season. This season, the last, like, I wouldn't say the last, but like the second half of the season was really, really juicy, really mysterious, like twists and turns, all like that. Like I compared this, I know this is a very strange example to Westworld season one. Like I remember watching the Westworld season one, and I know it's not anime, it's a HBO show. It's much better than One Piece, I would say, in terms of that season. The show overall, I still don't know, but anyway, that first season of Westworld like blew me away with all the twists and turns. This season did that too. So many great twists and turns, and like sometimes you don't know who's right, who's wrong when characters go back and forth with each other, and I love that. The Going Merry also has a very integral part in this season, and that's also ever that. It is a very exciting season, and they definitely set up season 9 perfectly. Like the next arc, the Enies Lobby arc, and I don't know why I thought it was Enemies Lobby, but I guess it's Enies, and they kept referring to it. So I'm like, wow, we're really getting something special in the next season. I feel like if they are using and name dropping the word Enies Lobby constantly throughout the latter half of the season. But anyway, I love that this season. I thought it was great. The only negative I have with this season, the only thing that holds the season back is that those first couple of episodes were not the greatest. I thought they were just fun, alright? After that, after like episode 5, maybe 6 onwards, I was like, this is really good. This is really interesting, and I absolutely loved it. So overall, season 8 of One Piece gets a 9. A 9 out of 10. This is the best season of anime. This is the best season of One Piece I've seen. And out of the 5, I think, yeah, 5 or 6 seasons, I'll just say 5, I think, yeah, 5 seasons of TV I've seen this year, this is my favorite. And I know, usually I should be past 5 or 6, I should be close to 10, but unfortunately I haven't been watching much. But hopefully I can still get past 20 seasons, which is my goal for every year of TV, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, that's it for One Piece Season 8. I don't know when I'll see Season 9, probably when I have my break in July. Next up for videos on the channel is Multiverse of Madness. I'm seeing that on Thursday, so can't wait to talk about that film. Really looking forward to that. And Jurassic World's coming up, Lightyear's coming up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name's Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.